Annie Lennox and the Eurythmics are Save the World Today. Okay, we only save the world if you raise money for it, I think. That's pretty much the way it works. And I'm joined in the studio this morning by Ellen Brogan and a couple of chums. We've got Peter and John in the studio as well. Ellen, very good morning to you.
Good morning.
Hang on, I'm going to turn your microphone up. Hang on, there we go. I think we can hear you now. Now, let me just get a bit of background to you. You're a local girl, yeah?
Yep, originally, yep.
You're from, is it up near Haddenham you live?
Yeah, Aldrich.
Aldrich, right, okie dokie. And you just sent through this. I'm going on holiday, I'm going to climb some hills, but there's a bit more to it than that, isn't it? You're out to raise some money. Tell us who you're raising money for and why.
I'm raising money for Bliss, the special care baby charity. It's a bit of a personal story, really. So I was born prematurely, and I'm just about to graduate as a doctor this year, and I thought it was about time I gave something back. Okay, when you say born prematurely, are we talking seriously premature, like the size of a bag of sugar, or I was bigger than the babies that are surviving today, but I was 8 weeks premature, which at the time was quite bad, and I was quite sick. So it was quite a worrying time for my parents. Yeah. And the care you received, you were presumably in hospital for a huge length of time, were you? Yeah, months. You did, really? And how old were you when you were brought home? Any idea? I actually don't know specifically. I know it was quite a long time, and I had to grow quite a lot. Had quite a lot of growing to do before they let me go. Yeah. Oh, you seem quite fit and well now, and you must be quite fit if you're going to take on a challenge like this. Reasonably. Yeah. Do you do a lot of exercise as a young student? I usually do anyway, but with the 16 mountains in mind, I've been trying to up the exercise a little bit. I see. Now, you roped in some friends. Is that just for moral support, or are they really the ones who are going to do all the lugging of the big bags and all that sort of stuff? They're going to make me carry my weight, I'm sure. But I don't want to climb 16 mountains without a bit of banter. So. Well, and you've got to be quite careful, I guess, as well. You can't absolutely just go doing these things. Ill-thought plans. The weather can change in an instant. It's bad enough when the weather changes in Cambridge, but if it changes on a hill in the Lake District, I guess things are a little different. Okay, so this is your brother, John, is it? It is. Yes. Yeah. Okay, John, how did you get roped into this?
Well, it was sort of just came along really with her request. Yeah.
Are you an athletic type?
Vaguely, yeah.
Vaguely.
Yeah, I tend to sort of run quite often around the fens and so on, so I get my fair share of exercise in, yeah.
And would you say, on an average day, if you go for a run, what are we talking, 5 or 6 miles, or maybe a bit more than that?
Usually about 5-6 miles would probably cover it, yeah.
Okay, all right. Now, this is quite a challenge you've got coming up. You happy about this, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, some flat running for 5 miles. Okay. And Peter, how about you?
I'm a very good friend of Ellen and John's, and I've been roped in as the support unit, so I'll be driving them around the Lake District to their drop-off points, pick-up points, and staying in radio contact throughout. Ah, right, okay. So, yeah, because you do have to be sensible about this thing. I went up to the Peak District, which is, sorry, not the Peak District, the Yorkshire Dales, which I guess is nothing really compared to the sort of hills you're looking at. They're moderate lumps, but nothing too major. And this was on Midsummer's Day, and they had, Macmillan were doing a walk, and they were having to get people off in foil blankets, and you think, this is just silly. Yeah. So what sort of stuff are you going to pack to take with you? Are you taking stuff like foil blankets? You got survival gear?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll have foil blankets. We've got survival bags as well, orange survival bags that obviously, as well as keeping you warm, a high visibility on the mountainside should anything happen. We'll be carrying things like a pop-up tent, plenty of food, water, just in case. And we've already making contact with Mountain Rescue, so they know what we're doing before we go. Right.
Okay. I guess things like GPS are quite useful. At least you can tell them where you are nowadays, can't you? You can just get yourself a little pinpoint and say you're here. They haven't got to go looking for you too much. So how much preparation have you done, though? You've looked at your route. Have you decided how many calories you've got to eat? Have you taken medical advice on this? Because I would worry that you might lose a bit of weight.
Yeah, this is something ongoing. I mean, we've been working out. I've been sat down working out the calories myself, because obviously through my training I get to look at a bit of nutrition and things like that. And I think we worked out we're going to be burning about 700 calories an hour. So
an hour?
That's a lot of calories.
Struth, you're going to just be eating peanut bars all the time, aren't you?
Pretty much. I think it's going to be a chocolate bar per 100 metres or something.
Yeah, well, it's a young student's dream, isn't it? And if you deep fried them, all the better. So that's actually quite a lot of food, presumably, you've got to carry with you, or have you got sort of ration pack type stuff that you can boil up? How does that work?
Well, we've all done quite a lot of walking before, and we each have our own sort of foods that we know are high energy, that are easy to carry. So there's like chocolate bars, pita breads, cheeses, things like that, which are easy. And then we're going to have really careful meal planning for before we set off in the mornings and when we get in the evenings, so that we can load with calories as we need to.
Okay, so you've talked about having a pop-up tent, but are you staying overnight in hostels and B&Bs and stuff like that? You're actually coming off the mountains at night, are you?
We're coming off the mountains, but we've been very kindly sponsored by the Quiet Site in Ullswater in Cumbria, who are putting us up for a fortnight in their campsite.
Excellent work.
Yeah.
All right, this is great. Well, look, we're going to talk about the actual route you're going to do, some of the big challenges you've got, because I know there's some sort of names that might just trip off people's tongues when we talk about hills in the Lake District. We'll take a piece of music and then we'll come back. We'll also obviously talk about how people can donate, because they're out to raise money. They're out to raise money for the Bliss charity. So we'll be telling you how you can donate after. Yeah, you know I was going to do it. Diana Ross. (20 past 8) on Cambridge 105. That's Diana Ross. Ain't no mountain high enough. Ellen Brogan and Peter and John are in the studio with me this morning. We'll be talking about how they're going to go all around the Lake District. We'll be back with them in just a second. Now, I've got in the studio this morning 3 fit young people, which always makes me feel uncomfortable. We've got Ellen, we've got John, and we've got Peter. They're off up to the Lake District. When is this?
We're off on the 14th of May.
Okay, so not too bad weather-wise, hopefully, then.
Fingers crossed, but there might still be snow on the top.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not the middle of summer yet, is it? Okay, so why did you choose then? Is it just fitting in with your college work and everything?
It's fitting in with my university, yeah. I've literally finished my exams less than a month ago, so I'm working on the neonatal unit at the moment with the premature babies, which is really nice. So at the end of my time there, we're off up to do our expedition. Okay, all right, and it fits in well with you two lads as well, does it? So you can do the summer months, right? Yeah, okay, all right. Take us through the route then. How does this work? Are you just going to sort of stick a pin in the map every day and go, oh, I'll do that one next? Because you've got 16 hills to get through. We've got a bit of a plan, so we've spread out the biggest ones throughout the 8 days. Yeah, because I'm going to say 16 hills in 8 days, and you're each going to do all 16. So it's not like, I'll do 3, you can do all the tall ones. Is that right? You're all going to do all 16? Yeah, that's right. Okay, so you're going to do what, a big one and a small one each day? Is that how it works? Well, some days it's a big one and a big one. Our first day is Scarfell and Scarfell Pike. You're joking. Well, I suppose get them out of the way first. Yeah. Anything else is easy. And you're starting from base camp, pretty much, right down the bottom? Well, Pete's driving us to at the bottom of the gradient of each hill, yes, but he's driving us to a nearby drop-off point, usually a car park in the nearest village or near the nearest lake, and then we're walking up from there. Right, so it's not like you're going to get a lift to nearly the top of each one. You are pretty much doing the walk that everybody else does. You're starting from a village and you're climbing all the way up and all the way back down. All right. Yeah. Okay, so how early in the day are you going to be starting then? We're going to aim for early starts, hopefully be climbing by 8 most days, because obviously we want to get down in the afternoon and plenty of time before it's dark for safety reasons. Yeah. So. Okay, and is there much of a gap between, Scarfell and Scarfell Pike, I guess, are neighbours, but have you got much travelling in between hills to do? We've planned our days so that we're doing the ones that are close together each day. So our first day is Scarfell and Scarfell Pike, as I said. Our last day, for example, is Helvellyn and Catsey Cam. So we've picked the hills that are next to each other to do them both in a day. Saves a bit of organising. It is. It's a mammoth task. Have you worked out how many miles you're going to do, or are you going to tell us that after you've done it? Well, we've worked out it's about 94.4 kilometres, which in miles is somewhere in the 60s, I think. And a lot of those miles are uphill. Yeah. That's the trouble, isn't it? Well, we're climbing about 8 kilometres cumulatively. Good grief. Which I think is almost the size of Everest. That's extraordinary. Okay, and what about plan B? What about if one of you gets injured or something like that? Is the whole thing off, or are you just going to press on and leave the body? Well, we've actually managed to get sponsored to stay in the campsite for a fortnight. So should there be any catastrophes, like injuries or really bad weather that makes it unsafe for us to climb, then we've got a few days to play with to still get the hills climbed. So you are going to just keep going till you get the job done? Yeah. It's amazing. All right, how much money are you looking to raise? Hoping to get 5,000. That would make us really happy. Okay, and are we on target so far? It's coming in slowly. We're picking up now. That's good.
Okay, I mean, people are starting to hear about you. We got the press release first, didn't we? Thanks to
You
you, Dad.
did.
Well done. Well done, Dad. Well done, Mike. The others are sort of wandering along behind, but you've got lots of interest, I gather, from the local media.
Yeah, absolutely. Both here and actually up in Nottingham, so...
Yeah, well, you're going to be local heroes, aren't you? Especially around here where we don't have hills. People are looking in wonder at you, going, they're going to climb what? Hills? Get that up on Wikipedia. Okay, so how can people donate? Have you got a website or...?
The best way to donate to us is through Just Giving.
Right.
So www.justgiving.com/APeakforAWeek.
A Peak for a Week.
Yeah.
P-E-A-K.
Yeah.
Right, okay. And if you're a UK taxpayer, you need to tick the box, don't you, on that
Yeah,
one?
tick the box for gift aid, because then more money will go to Bliss.
All right, brilliant. And is there any other ways? Are you going to be out with buckets while you're doing it, or
We will have tins while we're climbing for
Really?
anyone who's going to be up and around the Lake District. But actually, before then, we've got a few events coming up. So on Easter Saturday, we'll be on Ely Marketplace on the craft market with our collection tins, with some sponsorship forms and with some information for anyone who comes and wants to have a chat to us about what we're doing.
Sure. Okay. I mean, obviously, if you're going to be climbing the hills with collection tins, it's notes only, really, isn't it? You don't want the weight of the coins or checks.
Yeah.
Checks and notes.
Checks would be nice. Definitely open to checks.
All right, this is good stuff. So it's justgiving.com/APeakforAWeek.
Yep.
All right, that's brilliant. We'll make note of that. When do you reckon you'll be back?
Well, we're hopefully driving back down on the 28th of May, all things being well.
Okay, are you going to be blogging or anything like that? Are you going to be Twittering or Facebook, whatever it is you youngsters do? Yeah?
All three of them.
All three?
Yep.
So you're going to be keeping in touch on Twitter, really, are you? Saying,
Yeah.
I've reached the top of my hill, where are you two boys? And you'll go, in the pub.
Signal dependent, but yeah.
Is that right? Yeah, it should be quite good fun. So you're looking like you're going to enjoy it, the three of you.
Absolutely.
Is there any challenge between, lads, come on, really, you've got this leader here. She's a young slip of a thing, and she's going to be obviously running up that hill as fast as she can. How about you? Is there a bit of testosterone going on here?
Not really. We're looking to work at it as a team rather than as single units trying to compete at it. We are working to go together rather than as on our own.
Okay, so no personal bests or anything like that.
No,
eh?
no.
I climbed a bigger hill than you did. All
Nothing
right,
like that.
okay. All right, well, look, good luck with it. Keep us posted, won't you, if you can? Because we'd love to know during the course of the week, if you could just, if you get somewhere where you can send us a text or send us an email, we'd love to know how you're doing, and we'll try and sort of drum up some money through the locals down here. There's a lot of friends of the family and that, I'm sure, listening, and we'll just keep reminding them that they may not have donated yet. So it's really good. Are you going to be writing a book or taking pictures on this?
There'll definitely be pictures. We'll see about writing when we're there.
I think it's a great idea. Well, listen, good luck with it. I think you're mad. I really do think you're off your tree, a lot of you. But you'll only find out the hard way. It's going to be, I think, a tremendous adventure for you.
Absolutely.
So good luck with it. Do be safe, though, won't you? I mean, it's not something to muck about with, really, is it? So have fun. And thanks for coming in this morning and telling us all about it.
Brilliant. Thanks for having us.
No, pleasure. Okay, so that's Ellen, John and Peter. You can find out more, you can find out all about the story by going to justgiving.com/APeakforAWeek. That's P-E-A-K, APeakforAWeek. And they want to raise £5,000. They're going to do it only with your help. So you need to go and dig deep. We know when you did Red Nose Day how generous you were down here. So please do help her. They're a local team. I say help her. There's the three of them doing it. And let's see if we can't raise that £5,000 for the Bliss charity. It'd be great if they could do it. So there we are. And if you've got a premature baby or anything like that, then Bliss are there to help you. And there's lots you can find out on their website. I didn't ask about their website address. I'm sure there is one.
Yeah, www.bliss.org.uk.
Bliss.org.uk.
And we've got our own website as well, which is www.APeakforAWeek.org.uk.
There you go. So peakforaweek.org.uk and bliss.org.uk. Excellent. Take a look and find out all about it.